Hey guys, Branchman Brown here, physical therapist, CrossFit coach, and wellness coach. Wanted to address today a couple issues or questions I've had recently from some people about hamstring strains. Hey Josh, hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. So first I'm going to go into why people typically strain their hamstring, and then I'll go into why it doesn't get better. So the primary function of the hamstring is to slow down the leg when it's coming forward. So the actual action of, if you think about the action of what it does, it bends the knee. But function-wise, on a daily basis when we're walking, it's slowing down that lower leg so it just doesn't shoot out every time that quad contracts. Transfer that into running, it needs to work a lot quicker and grab in order to control that leg when you're running, because obviously your force is going a little bit faster. So why we strain it typically is because people don't train it properly. You'll see people at the gym just doing hamstring curls or some like good mornings or RDLs, things like that, which those do not, the good morning's a little bit more so because you are lengthening that as you go forward, or an RDL, so basically you're coming forward and then you're using that hamstring and glute to stand back up. But for the most part, the people aren't training the hamstring properly in order to actually keep it, allow it to get that extension as needed. Under normal circumstances, the majority of the time you can run, you don't injure yourself. What happens though is under fatigue, or if there's some sort of weakness somewhere in the back or the hamstring, some tightness in there along that posterior chain, or if the pelvis is a little bit off, it causes a different link tension on there, and it can cause that muscle to strain or tear. I've seen both with some of my CrossFit athletes and some of my runners, seeing some pretty good hamstring strains and tears. Now, why it doesn't get better? A couple reasons. One, if it does get a tear, basically a strain is a minor tear of that muscle. You can also have a major tear, which that's when you're going to see some blood pooling and some serious bruising. Why it doesn't heal properly is because it develops scar tissue in there. So when you have this area of scar tissue, basically it's just bound down really tight. Basically when it's bound down tight, it can't extend. So every time you go to extend that leg, when you're walking or running, that small area can't extend. So over time, especially if you start running, putting more force through there, it's going to have difficulty pulling apart. So you're going to continue aggravating that area. Also, a lot of people, if they're just trying to rehab on their own when they're at the gym, they're doing hamstring curls, so just curling back that way. Once again, like I said before, that's not how it functions under normal circumstances, so it's going to, you're not going to get better properly because you're not working that slow eccentric control of that muscle. So ultimately, in order to actually get it better, you need to do two things. One, you have to get rid of that scar tissue that's developed in the area, which can be done through a number of ways, primarily some sort of soft tissue work through massage therapist, physical therapist, that sort of thing. Typically just using a foam roller that is not going to get rid of it. Usually needs a little bit more aggressive work. And then proper rehab exercises, or that work on that eccentric control and that extension control rather than the curling up, flexion, contraction. So those are the primary reasons on why that muscle doesn't get better properly when you try to do things on your own with rehabbing a hamstring. So if you have any questions on this, definitely comment below. I would love to answer those for you. Otherwise, feel free to message me directly, and I will answer your questions. So hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will touch base with you guys all again tomorrow. Bye.